Good evening, everybody. Welcome to 5K Collectibles, Topps Finest. Two box, 1/4 of a case, 2015 Topps Finest Baseball. We got the big unit right there on the cover. Randy Johnson. Everybody's looking for that Chris Bryant out of the Cubbies. We're going to get this started here in just a couple of minutes. Let's go over all the rules and regulations. And let's see how many people we got. So, 1 second. How we doing tonight, guys? Let's see. Looks like we have about 5 people hanging out with us right now. We're going to give it probably a couple more minutes. Make sure everybody's able to stagger in. I just saw a 6th man popping in there. We have one person not paid yet, so I'm going to give him maybe 2 or 3 minutes. And we also, guys, have the Rockies. I don't know if anybody's interested. They were unsold. But if you'd like them, we'll go ahead and get them to you for $4. So let's post up a message right there on your right-hand side of your screen. And I can send you a quick invoice, and we can get this started. If not, I'm only going to give it a couple minutes. We'll just let it go to house. No big deal. And please, before we do get started in the next couple of minutes, guys, please give me some feedback. Is the video, audio is okay? I know we haven't done a lot of movement yet, but as you can see, like I said, there's the big unit. 2015 Topps Finest is what we're going to be breaking here in just a few minutes. Brand new. All right, well, I'm going to go ahead and run through the names of the teams, give everybody a couple more minutes to get settled in, and see who got who, who's going where, and why the universe exists. I usually go over all that stuff at the end, so you'd like to stick around for that seminar. It usually lasts about 3 to 4 hours. All right. So we're going to have the Cardinals going to 11 Ward U. Too deep in the game, picking up quite a few teams. He's cleaning house with the Orioles, the Sox, the Tigers, the Marlins, the Mets, the A's, the Phils, the Pirates, the Giants, the Mariners, the Rays, and the Nats. We got Collier's Cards returning customer going to the Diamondbacks and the 2 LA teams from opposing conferences, the Angels and the Dodgers. Good to have you back, buddy. We got Dugan C85 with the Reds. The Braves going to our man Groovy. Welcome back, bud. We got him taking the Braves, the Sox, the Cubbies, and the Brewers. And when I say Sox, I do mean white. Jason Robert _9 taking the Tribe. The Astros going to our resident D, self-proclaimed. I disagree. I think he's a beautiful man. Going to Nate Houghton, 99, Houston Astros, and the Yankees. And we're going to round it out the bottom, the air above, picking up the Twins, the Rangers, and the Blue Jays. UOFM Fan 1313 going with the Padres. And Workham Day 7357 is going to pick up the Kansas City Royals. So that's how we're looking. To round things out, like I said, the Rockies are unsold. So if anybody would like the Rocks right now, speak or forever hold your peace. right, guys. Well, we'll go ahead and get started. It seems like everybody's ready. Now, with these kind of cards, these cards are not obviously like tier 1 or supreme or 5-star to where there's like 2 cards in a box. So there's quite a few cards in these boxes. So I do my best, or we do our best, to not look like big idiots and bypass a refractor or anything like that. But you guys are definitely the lookouts, so it does happen occasionally. So please don't crucify me if I miss one. Just let me know. We'll certainly go back to it and we go over all the hits, obviously, at the end, and we do our best to get everything shipped out to you guys next day, at the latest Friday. All right, so we got 2 boxes, 2 Schmini boxes, and if I can just get a little bit of a brief of your second of your time, we got 2. Actually, we have 3. I have 2 up here right now, just sitting up here hanging out in the back. But Hit Parade football jerseys. If you guys haven't checked out the store, the YouTube channel, see what these are, hit us up on Facebook, Twitter, follow us on both of those things so you see what's going on. But check out our YouTube channel. Those breaks take about literally 2 minutes. It's 1 jersey. You bid on all 30 teams, just like a break, and whatever jersey pops out, it is JSA certified. In the box, we've pulled Mean Joe Green, we've pulled Terrence Williams, we pulled a bunch of guys pulling out of that jersey, and usually they go for like $10-12 a team, so it's really cheap. So it's really cool. We pulled Gronkowski out last week, and we are going to have one of those going Friday and a couple more over the weekend into next week. But without further ado, we're going to get this stuff busted up for you guys. So slash Randy right across his big ugly mug. Empty box. So obviously I think our biggest seller tonight was once again, most definitely the Cubbies. Everybody and their brother and maybe even their sister trying to get that Chris Bryant out of there. He's the hot commodity. Looks like if you guys do follow the game in general, they're going to try to make a move possibly for David Price or one of the other free agents. They got a day left to make their playoff push, so it's always an exciting time for baseball, and then we're all going to be bored until, fantasy drafts start in about 3 weeks for football. All right, so first hobby box. Here we go. Good luck, everybody. Cole Schmamos. He might go to Texas. I don't know. Is that a done deal? Or is that just your speculation? All right, so we got Mike Ellington for the Braves. There's an Orioles player. I'm sorry, that's going to be Christian Walker, if I'm unfamiliar with these guys sometimes. Oh my goodness. Well, this guy has a very complicated name, but that is a Topps Finest. Looks like a little green action. There's a Jeter, and that's going to be Masahiro Tahana, and he's going to be from the Yankees, who I think they are going to be the team to beat, man. They are looking hot. A-Rod's got them on fire. A-Royd, as we like to call him here at 5K. There's your Jeter, the captain. And as me and my partner agree, probably has lived one of the best 5 lives ever lived in human history. Going to the Yankees. We got Corey Kluber going to the Tribe, Cy Young winner from last year, going to my Indians. You're going to the Rangers. We got Elvis Andrus. We got the Cubbies going, excuse me, going with Jorge Soler to the Cubs. Going to the Padres, Corey Spankenberger, distant cousin to Dickie Mettenberger, if nobody knew. That's going to be a base refractor. Going Hanley Ramirez, going to Boston. I don't know what happened to this guy, man. He really took all that money and kind of fell off. Was a fan of his for quite some time. Going to the Royals, we got a Brandon Finnegan. My pick to win the World Series this year. Not him personally, but the whole team. And we got to the Giants. Madison Bumgarner literally put them on his back, won the World Series last year. Always a big fan of his. Here's a Generations for the Chicago White Sox. We got Luis Arspicio. So 2015 Topps Finest Generations. Nice little hit there for the White Sox. This looks like a refractor for the Yankees. And that is going to be, I believe, Jacoby Ellsbury going to the Yankees. Nice hit right there. Little refractor action. We got a Jonathan LaCroix, and he is going to the Brew Crew. Jonathan LaCroix. We got, let's see, Matt Scherzer, the Nats, probably the best pitcher in baseball by a lot of people's opinions. We got the Orioles going with Manny Machado. Make sure I'm getting that in focus for you guys. Sorry if it's a little high. And there's our auto. As you can see, we'll get past the Albert Pujols for the Angels. And our auto going to Markel Franco for the Phillies. And I believe that is not numbered. Let me see. Got to grab my list over here. And I can tell you that the Phillies are going too deep in the game. So that's going to be the auto out of that box, and that is Mr. Markel Franco. Got sleeved up for you guys in just a second. And then going right back into it, another for the Phils. Here goes Cole Hamels, who apparently, according to Nate, is going to Texas. So get that while you can. Here's another Bronx Bomber, Jacoby Ellsbury. There's another one for him, another base. Going to the Cardinals, Matt Carpenter. There's a base refractor of Jose Abreu going to the Sox. Make sure that gets in focus for you guys. Going to the Tribe, Michael Brantley. Blue background action on that. That looks like Mashiro Tanaka again, another base for the Yankees. Joe Pank going to the San Francisco Giants. Here's a rookie card, looks like. Going to Edwin Escobar for the Sox of the Boston style. Here is another Generations. It looks like the captain, Generations, Derek Jeter, and that is going to be outside of the normal guaranteed per hobby box Derek Jeter card. So that's the second one out of there. So congratulations to Nate. Got another Jeter, the captain, my friend. Gotta love it. Matt Barnes going to the Sox. The Tigers pick up Yohannes Despeledes. And going to the Miami Marlins, this is going to be Christian Yelich for Miami. Now, you said that was numbered to 150. I might have missed that. Were you talking the... Oh, yep, I'm sorry, you're right. I missed it because it's kind of by his hand. So we're going to take a look at that. So I asked you guys to keep an eye out. Got the focus for you guys. There we go. You are correct, sir. And that looks like to me, goodness. They put that in a very odd spot, and that's going to be, looks like 102 out of 150. So just want to make sure you guys got that right. There we go. So 102 out of 150. So that's your auto for that hit. Got a couple Jeters in there from my man Nate. And we're going to move on right on to the next box. And again, we'll get these sleeved up for you guys in the next couple minutes. All the lovely packages. As you can see, empty box. And I've actually won the award 3 years in a row for best pack opener in all the Breakers world. So I appreciate all your guys' votes. Ooh. No comment. So there is a guaranteed auto in each little half box, or 2 in each box if you want to look at it that way. So we're going to get started the second half of this box. Make sure everything is in schmogus. That looks like it's going to the Astros. That's going to be Jose Altuve. Joey Votto for the Reds. Bring it a little bit closer for you guys. Here we go. There's another Topps Finest, and it looks like Matt Kemp going to the Padres. Here's a base refractor, another Joey Votto. Right back at you, going back to the Reds. And the Reds are going to Dugan C85. Good job, buddy. Back to back. Joey Votto's won the base, won a refractor. This is going to be Brandon Crawford for the Giants. Looks like a little bit of CC. He looks skinny in that picture. That's odd. I don't like it. Going to the Dodgers. Looks like I gave a little peek preview to that card behind there. But going to the Dodgers, you're looking at Clayton Kershaw, of course, former Cy Young winner. And then you got the Rocket, Roger Clemens, going to the Yankees. Going to Nate, man. You've been getting some nice little spots on this one. Little Rocket action. This is going to be Anthony Ronaldo for the Rangers. Oops, excuse me. Another base, we got Reimer Yarano. Daniel Carano. That looks like it's for the Cubs. Pirates. Well, Pirates hits, we haven't seen that. It's Polanco with the Gregory style. And then we got a little Finest action for Dalton Pompey. Finest firsts. So I'm assuming that's going to be a little rookie card. Finest first, Dalton Pompey. That is going to the Toronto Blue Jays. And Toronto, another pickup, I believe, for Nate. Let's find out. No, I'm sorry, air above. Going to the Toronto Blue Jays. And we got the Mariners with Felix Hernandez. Rocketing those robots. Yeah, well, hey, it's tough to be 44 and then the speed of your fastball goes up by like 5 miles an hour. So, hey, you got to do what you got to do. Josh Donaldson for the Jays again. Another Blue Jays hit for Daniel Norris. Excuse me, that's not a hit. That's just a base card, but, So my poor use of verbiage. Don't try to, dispute the purchase now because I said you had a hit and you didn't. St. Louis Cardinals going for Samuel Tavarada, whatever. We got a base refractor for the Orioles, Adam Jones. Nelson Cruz going to the Mariners. He roided out to a World Series win. Funny how nobody piped up when Sosa and Big Mac were hitting bombs all over the place. Because you know why, Bino? And he's one of our regulars. We love you to death, man. But because people like home runs. So it's not as fun to see a guy's fastball when he's 45 going from 92 to 97 as it is to see two guys gain 80 pounds and hit 90 home runs in a year. It's just more entertaining. We got Jacob Gregory going to, and I was just working on the camera a little bit there, the Mets. It's a base. And then we got to the Nats, Bryce Harper, the baddest man in the game. I love him. Gene Rations, is that how you say that? For the Nats. I'm just kidding. Just messing with you guys. That's Greg Maddux, Generations for the Braves. We got a cool Smoltz one of these, the last half of the case. So the Atlanta Braves going to Groovy. I think, did you get that Smoltz the last one? All right, here we go. Ooh, we got the same card earlier. It was the base for Daniel Carano. That is cool, man. For the Schmubbies. See if you can get any of that refractor action in the back. Of course they are. Alex Rodriguez has probably just said, screw it, man. I already got caught. My legacy's already tarnished, so I might as well come back, try to win a World Series. Jose Abreu for the Sox. And just hit 40 home runs when I'm 40. So I think that's what he's going for. Royals, Alex Gordon. Got another Pirates hit for Starling Marte. Or Starling. This is going to go to Longo for the Rays. There's the auto right there. There's Troy Tulowitzki, who just got traded. But this is going to go to who he was before, which I have no idea. The Rockies. So this is going to the house because nobody decided to pay $5 to the Rockies. So this is ours. Yay. And then there's your auto. Actually, let me get this out of the way real quick because that's the last card in the pack. That's going to be Adam Jones for the Orioles. And then the auto is going to the Mets. And that's a cool signature. It's really thin, but I like it. Not numbered. I can almost guarantee you that. I double-checked. And that's going to be Dilson Herrera, who is also playing the bad guy in the next Indiana Jones movie. Oh, man. I do like him thin. I do. My wife is actually 82 pounds. She's in and out of rehab, but, I mean, hey, whatever you got to do for the weight. So, there, once again, Dilson Herrera going to the Mets, and that is going to Too Deep in the Game. And he put his little number dos on there, which I always like. So we got a couple of cool things out of that. And then we're down to the nitty gritty. So, all right, guys, let's go ahead and get the big hit. Let's get it out of the way. I'm tired of talking about it. I'm tired of messing around. I'm going to open both these cases so it's not to just waste everybody's night. As much as I'm sure you all love hearing me talk incessantly. Most of it's for time filler. Go ahead and get these open. There's the packs. There's the empty box. Throwing it on the floor. Wifey's out of rehab on Wednesday for this current 3-month stint. Excuse me if I didn't show you the empty box. I'm sorry. It's empty. Promise. So, there you go. Last of the Mohicans. Once again, your best pack opener in all the Breakers world, voted 2 years in a row. Look at how seamlessly I open the packs. It's almost orgasmic. Looking for a little Mike Trout action, my friends. The reigning MVP. Do you prefer him or Bryce Harper? I have to say, man, Bryce. I would, to be honest with you. I mean, Trout's just obviously a student of the game. Is going to be great for a long time. But I would rather watch Bryce Harper strike out 3 times than Mike Trout bat once. I would much rather get a Mike Trout card or a Bryce Harper auto just because we could then sell it. If that's what you're looking to do. If you're a Trout fan, I'm not talking down on you, but I just think Bryce Harper's just got that it factor. Nate, my friend, like the Rivera. Did I miss something? An ass, in my opinion. Well, he is an ass. I think that's why people like him. Gotta remember, the closer you are to the ground when you fall, it doesn't hurt as much. So, that's kind of always been our motto here at 5K. Is just to be a little bit of a scumbag. All right, so we're gonna get going. See if we can get you this Trout, man. All right, so first up, let's get this in focus. I'm sorry if I'm moving around a little bit too much. I just feel like on my end it's looking a little grainy, so I'm trying to make sure it gets everybody's in there. So we got Jose Presla for the Yankees. This is going to be for Boston. The Laser, Dustin Pedroia. Here's a finest green for Ryan Braun. It looks like. For the Brew Crew, you know, I got upset just because I like this guy. And to be honest with you, I felt like he kind of got crucified with all that steroid stuff. It's not like he's the only one, like you guys said. But nonetheless, Ryan Braun for the Brew Crew. We got a base refractor going to Evan Longoria, the only remaining Rays All-Star, I believe, besides Mr. Archer. Joe Mauer to the Twinkies. Feels something a little thick back there. Frank Thomas, the Big Hurt, one of my favorite players of all time. And that's going to be the generations right behind Dalton Pomfrey for the Blue Jays. So very cool. The Chicago White Sox was going to Groovy, one of our friends. The Big Hurt. Gotta love Frankie. Top's finest generations. I blatantly lied about it twice. Well, they all lied. I mean, Listen, they didn't do anything wrong when they took steroids. They did. The problem is everybody decided to lie about it. So they would have said, hey, man, yeah, everybody was doing it. I did it too. Sorry. Would have been much less of a punishment. Which, don't you wish that that worked that way for everything? Like, yeah, officer, I am drunk. I'm sorry. I'm not going to lie to you. All right, man, go ahead. Get out of here. It's fine. The important thing is that you told me the truth. You go ahead and go home. But unfortunately, Salvador Perez back on track. Sorry, guys, got a little off track. Kansas City Royals. The Big Hurt again going to Groovy. Congratulations. We got Buck Farmer going to the Tigers. We got the Miami Marlins with Jose Fernandez. Matt Adams for the St. Louis Cardinals. We got a finest first for Jacques Peterson, excuse me. And that is going to the Dodgers. So rookie card, Jacques Peterson. They're looking like they're going to make a run. And the Dodgers are going to Collier's Cards, who picked up the Angels as well. We got the Nats with Anthony Arendon. We got the Sox with Matt Barnes. We got Anthony Rizzo for the Cubbies. We got the Braves with Freddie Freeman. Sonny Gray for the Athletics. Zach Wheeler for the Mets. We got Buster Posey for, of course, the Giants. There's another Generations. Carlos Gonzalez is going to show first for the Rockies. If I can show. The Generations is going to Pujols for the Cardinals, where he had his most success. 2 World Series, I believe, a couple batting titles. So, Generations. Alberto. We got a little refractor action going to Jose Fernandez for the Marlins, and that is going to Too Deep in the Game. See if you guys can catch that on the fly. And look at what else we got. We got Michael Brantley for the Tribe. We got Yorando Ventura for the Royals. We got this big bearded Charlie Blackmon for the Rockies. We got George Springer for the Stros. Houston, who's going to Nate. Nate, I like you, man. You're the man. You're my favorite new customer. Cincinnati, if there's any other new customers, I like you guys too. And going to the Cincinnati Reds, Brandon Phillips. Topps Finest. Can anybody answer me? Is Dusty Baker still their manager? We got the Marlins right before the auto, picking up Juan Carlos Stanton, highest paid player in sports history, I believe, or not sports, but baseball at least. The auto is going to the St. Louis Cardinals for Colton Wong. That's funny. And get a look at the signature. Colton Wong going to the Cardinals, and that is going to our good friend 11 Wordy. So that is some Asian guy with some cool tattoos. You can see that on his arm. I've never checked this guy out, but I'm honored. All right. And that looks like it is not numbered, but nonetheless, the auto for the case. We'll go back just because he was probably one of my favorite players all time. Him and Omar Vizquel and Roberto Alomar. But Topps Generations, the Big Hurt Frank Thomas. Gotta love that going to the White Sox. So we're gonna go to the last stack. See if we can't get this big gang hit and call it a night. First up, wow, that's interesting, huh? Andrelton Simmons for the Oakland Athletics. We got David Wright for the Mets. Got a base refractor for Charlie Blackmon for the Rockies. We got Dilson Herrera for the Mets. Oops, excuse me. A little technical difficulty right there. But that can be easily corrected. We got David Peralta for the D-backs. I think that's the first D-backs card we've got this whole break. Chris Sale for the Sox. We had Generations. Willie Mays for the San Francisco Giants. And that's going to Too Deep in the Game. One of our regulars, Willie Mays Hayes. That's cool, man. Topps Generation. It is not numbered, but it's certainly cool. Anything with him, Hank Aaron. Always like to see that stuff come out of our breaks. So, really cool. Here's a little numbered refractor action. Let's get the number in there first. Looks like 113 out of 250 for the Phils. And it's going to be Chase Utley. What a guy, what a player this guy was, 7 or 8 years ago. Really kind of fell off, not to put a damper on the hit, but I always used to like watching him and Jimmy Rollins tear it up. But nonetheless, 113 out of 250, little refractor action, top finest. Kyle Seager. We got for the Padres, Matt Kemp. We got this interesting card right here. Interesting background. I think it's just another Chase Utley. Put that with his brother. We got Colton Wong, long-lost member of Tu Wong Fu with his arm tattoo. That was not intended to rhyme, so please don't make fun of me. We got Big Papi, David Ortiz, going to the Boston Red Sox for Too Deep in, you guessed it, the game. Looks like behind there, there's somebody stuck in a LeBron James rookie card. No, I'm just kidding. We got Michael Taylor for the Washington Nationals. Yu Darvish, Texas Rangers. Gary Brown for the Giants. We got Rusney Castillo for the Red Sox. And looks like we got another base refractor for Javier Baez for the Cubbies. Not quite the Chris Bryant, but cool enough as it is. Oakland Athletics, Sonny Gray. Corey Frangenberger for the Padres. Not to be confused with Spankenberger. Javier Baez again for the Cubbies. We got Generations. Another one of my favorite players, Sticky Ricky Henderson for the Oakland Athletics. Was jamming out when he was 45 years old. The fastest, the baddest. Going to, I believe, Too Deep in the Game. Man, you were getting the Generations cards today, my friend. Joe Pank for the Giants, a little refractor action. David Ortiz, another Big Papi for the Sox. We got, there's your Trout, man. I'm sorry it couldn't be something more spectacular, but I did promise you a Mike Trout. You cannot hold me to that. I said it was going to be anything spectacular, but that is a Mike Trout card. So I continue my streak of being completely honest and truthful. Brandon Phillips going to the Reds. Jason Wyward for the Cardinals. And I missed a couple of cards before this, guys, and it's been in the back of my head. I did want to mention it, that I kept saying that there was a couple of cards in there. I believe one of them, the auto, was going to the Cubs, but it was going to the Reds. It was just a blue uniform. It was one of the Reds throwbacks, so I'll go over that real quick at the end, but those are going to the Reds and not the Cubs. So Jason Hayward for the Cardinals. Stick that auto back there real quick so we can get through. Adrian Gonzalez for the Dodgers. And Justin Verlander, or as we like to call him here at 5K, Mrs. Upton. And the last, but certainly not least, going to the Blue Jays, Josh Donaldson. And with the Blue Jays was the air above. So we're all happy and very happy to breathe in your air and with your autograph. So thank you guys very much for hanging out with us. We had a whole case. We did the first case in just a half case, and then we did the last part of it. Into two. So how that goes is we got 2 boxes left. So we're gonna do this one more time. It's probably gonna be. Yeah, man, we appreciate it, Nate, man. Follow us on Twitter. Keep us up to date. Check out the Jersey Breaks if you want to get in there. Series 3, if you guys don't know how that works, they did on the Jersey Breaks in the back. They did 3 series. So Series 1, Series 2, Series 3. And then Series 2 is done, and Series 3 is already out, and people got it up and are auctioning it off. We're the only people we know that have any Series 2 stuff left. We have 3 boxes of it left that's unbroken. And as far as we know, from everything we've seen, we haven't seen anybody pull the Favre, the Montana, or the Jerry Rice. So, hey, I'm not guaranteeing anything, but I kind of have a feeling because those boxes feel a little heavier than all the other ones we broke, and we broke quite a few. Again, these are the Rickey Henderson and Willie Mays generations going to 2 deep in the game. Congratulations. And just to spin through, I'm getting these sleeved up for you guys as soon as we roll offline, but in hard case and getting mailed out to you tomorrow. But the autos again were Josh Donaldson for the Blue Jays going to the air above. We had the Cardinals with Colton Wong, and that went to 11 Wordy U. The Schmetz, Delson Herrera, and that went to 2 deep in the game. And then the very last but not least hit, which was the odd number, the 102 out of 150, was the Maikel Franco going to the Phillies. And the Phils went to 2 deep in the game as well. So 2 autos out of 4, man. Good job. And good night, everybody. We're going to sign off for now. This should be up on YouTube in the next hour or so. And if you need anything, any point in time, or you want to harass us at all, we more than welcome it. Chris or Brandon at 5kcollectibles.com, Facebook, Twitter, Pinterest, prison walls, bathroom stalls. Wherever you can find us, we'll be there.